It's gonna say record on the screen. I'm never here, and we're doing a mukbang today at TSU, bro. We're doing a mukbang today, and we're with Carlisle. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my friend John.
What's up, Eddie? Nice to meet you.
This is Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Make sure to stay in line for my chicken because they be trying it out. They be trying it at HBCU.
Carlisle keep asking me if I'm excited for this chicken. I think she's more excited for the chicken than I am. I'm excited to eat though.
I'm just happy to be here.
She is happy to be here for the chicken.
Yeah. It might be the last time. He said for sure it's his last time.
It's for sure my last time. This is my first time this year eating on campus. Or like in a cafe or whatever, the caf.
In the caf?
Yeah.
Insecurities.
Y'all, we finna get fresh chicken.
This better be the most life-changing chicken. We was in line for a good 25, 30.
Hey.
Okay. We're waiting on some fresh chicken.
Yep. I think it's so funny. Yeah, Autumn said the same thing. Oh. Yeah. My girl.
We made it.
Wow.
Come on, I'm gonna need you to shift up to the
Oh, my bad. I
forgot.
forgot.
No, you fine. Appreciate you. We gotta show them what we got, though.
Okay.
Did you already start eating?
No.
Y'all let me know. Drop a comment. Would y'all eat this? At 1 out of 10, would y'all eat this? You know what I'm saying? And then I dropped my pizza, so that happened.
This is mine. We got some mac and cheese, some sweet potatoes, and some chicken. And I got 2 cornbreads. What? No, that's yours.
Pray real quick. Dear Heavenly Father, I'd like to thank you, Lord, for the food that you've allowed us to eat. I thank you, Lord, that it's delicious and nutritious. Bless the hands that made it. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Oh,
you finna take a video?
No.
I was gonna take a video of mine.
Okay, go ahead. I gotta look at the Q&A that we did in Atlanta that I never got to.
Tell the people. Let's see. This may be last time. That's what I be thinking about when I be when I'm thinking about this chicken. This may be the last time I eat this chicken.
Okay. Somebody said, not gonna lie, I'm down bad for you. It came from a dude though.
Well, God bless you.
God bless you. They said current mood. What's the current mood you got right now?
What's the news you got? They asking you, John.
I mean, this is gonna be for us though, kind of thing. I'm gonna turn it into a for us kind of vibe.
Oh, that's so sweet. You so considerate. That means he ain't playing what we supposed to talk about.
Chill.
Okay. The move is the waterfall, and then
I said move, not move, but I mean the waterfall is a move. We're going to Cummins Falls this weekend, most likely.
The mood though, it's real chill. Like honestly, not too much. There's a lot going on around us, but I'm not doing that much. Freak week just happened.
Didn't that get shot up?
No, but the police came and people got jumped and pepper sprayed. It was crazy.
They got pepper sprayed?
This one girl, her eyes was swollen shut, but they was fat.
I would have been sick.
This one dude got jumped by the police.
Why did they shut down the whole street anyway? Whose idea was that?
You know, bad people just trying to have fun. Doing too much. We gonna earn them. Looking mad.
Let's come up.
Sorry.
You good. I was gonna say, let's come up with more creative ways to have fun than shutting down an entire street that is very busy.
Yeah, and I'm talking about they shut it down. Like,
I saw it was deep.
Yeah, it was crazy, but that's why they call us Turnt State University.
Potentially hundreds of reported college students causing Nolensville Pike near Haywood Lane to shut down for about a couple hours. Officers are on the scene right now working to disperse what appears to have been a block party or an event being called TSU Freaknik 2023.
Okay. Somebody asked me to drop a song for the one time. I don't rap.
No, I'm not.
I freestyle, I don't rap. There's a difference.
Okay.
There's a difference.
You should still do it.
You can sing?
I could rap too.
Okay.
I really was kind of intimidated to rap with Lazarus when he was in Atlanta. I was ready to jump in, and I said, no, you're not doing it. I was ready. I was gonna go in. I promise you.
She was freestyling the line too.
Oh yeah.
This one said, no question, just a prayer for God's blessing upon you. I appreciate it.
That is so sweet.
Very
you got
sweet.
some supportive people.
I do. I appreciate it. I love all of y'all for real. Maya asked me some good questions. Millionaire Maya.
What'd she say?
She asked me, she said, I'm so creative. Will I do anything influential with my skill? I think all the influence that I'm doing right now kind of is using my creative talents. Like I do YouTube, so I'll be using Premiere. I do graphic design. I customize shoes. I'll be dropping clothing soon. I don't know how soon. Whenever I get the funding for it. But I'll be dropping another drop for my clothing brand. So
Yeah.
honestly, everything that I'm doing right now, and then whatever else God has in store for me, we'll see. What about you though?
Like before we get into me, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you thought about like you know how you be making stuff? Have you thought about like making videos on TikTok and posting them? Of you making stuff?
See, I tried to like a year ago, but I didn't have enough clientele for it. Cause like I charge a lot for my shoes, y'all, and not everybody be trying to pay them prices. So then it's like I didn't get consistent enough video to be like, yeah, let me keep doing this. But I might start, cause I want to start like learning how to sew and stuff too. Tell them about CIA.
Yeah. CIA is Carlisle in Action, y'all. That's my production company, okay? It's my production company. And it's like really small right now. I just started yesterday. I'm so serious. But yeah, Gracie helped me come up with the name. She's just so, creative. What else I be doing? Honestly, I just be talking, y'all. But I be having great conversations with everybody. So
she said hi to like 30 people. She know like everybody here.
I know their name or what they look like.
That's more than me.
But yeah, everybody wants to be like talk to be honest. A lot of people do. And if you don't, I just won't talk to you. But you can tell when somebody wants you to say hey.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm not that creative.
Yet.
Yeah, I guess.
What's your major?
I be being myself.
Tell me what your major is.
Communications. With a focus in journalism.
Y'all, she be on the news. Or she going to be on the news.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of that, it says, what are your career goals?
I want to be a meteorologist. That's like my midway goal. And then I want to own 2 nonprofits. What about you?
Keep doing this YouTube thing. See where it takes me. I don't know. It's like, I want to be flexible enough to yield to God's plan, but at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying, have stuff in place. So I don't really have long-term goals at the moment. Like, I feel like almost everything that I really wanted to accomplish, I've done.
Yeah.
But keep growing my social media accounts, have as big of an impact for Christ and like a big of impact in general. Like, people really rock with me for me, and that's something crazy because like in high school, I used to not rock with me for me. So it's like refreshing. But yeah, I want to be, my long-term career goal is be financially stable enough to take care of my family, really. Whatever that looks like, I don't have to be at a certain numerical value for that. But that's my ultimate career goal, honestly. And however God shows me how to do that, that's what we're going to do. What do you want to do with your nonprofit?
I want some ties to like an orphanage or to start one. And then I want to own a vineyard. And you know how God turned water into wine, like wine to water. And I want to give like clean drinking water to states like Michigan. You know how Flint got their water prices, and then Jackson, Mississippi. But I feel like there's more places that go unnoticed. And I was talking to this one lady about it, but I really want to find a mentor for that. You know, so yeah, I feel like God gave me the vision for the vineyard, but I just love kids. And I feel like if I can help one, it's beneficial. They're like the future. That's my motivation and my inspiration.
Okay. That's fine. Any big projects coming up?
Big projects. Let me think. The YouTube videos I'm releasing. Yeah.
Plug your channel.
Keeping Up with Carlisle. What else? The biggest project, honestly, discovering my identity in Christ. Like that's my biggest project. Right
Tell me about it, because I have like something really similar.
Okay, so basically, like, you know, it's cool that I know all these people and I'm part of all these organizations and I have all these relationships. But like right now, I'm at a point where I'm like acknowledging and recognizing that these people knew who I used to be before Christ. Which was like, it's pretty similar. It's not that far off, but it's still different for me. And I'm the one who's like experiencing, I guess, the change more than them.
Right.
So it's not like too different, but price is like the biggest difference and the added factor. And so just how to communicate that to others, and then be myself, and then accepting and knowing that I don't really have the desire to do things I used to do. It's crazy because, you know, like, well, for me, I could like force myself to go somewhere, but it's like, girl, you do not even want to be there. Like, you don't. And so I just don't, you know. But it's also communicating that to people who I still care about, you know.
Right.
So it's a lot. It's layers to it for sure.
I'm starting to see the importance of like the way you view yourself and your identity too, like who God made you.
Yeah.
Because you start acting that way and you act accordingly. And what I mean by that is like, if I believe that I'm a child of God, right, then I'm gonna start acting that way, the way that I carry out myself, the way that I walk, the way that I live. If you don't truly believe that, then it's like you're gonna keep going through the same old stuff. You're not gonna live different. On the same point is like, you know what I'm saying, see the value that God has made you. Like, you're not gonna allow people to treat you any kind of way. Because it's like, I went through a situation where it's like I was putting up with stuff, but it was also a reflection of how I saw myself. I didn't see myself as more valuable, so then I was like, okay, well, it's okay. They can do whatever. But it's like, no, whenever you value yourself and your identity and who you are, then that's when you start treating yourself better. You're not going to let people walk all over you because it's like, God wouldn't treat me this way. Why would you treat me this way? I'm not going to have to put up with it kind of thing.
So would you say that like, for you it's like discovering your value? Okay.
Because like, you can be told that you're X, Y, and Z. You can be told like, oh, you're smart. You can be told, oh, you know what I'm saying? You have so much potential. But if you don't see it yourself, you don't see the value in that, then it's like, it doesn't really matter. It's like, you really got to believe that too.
We was talking about that last night. Like, we was really like talking about it for our gifts and stuff. And like, with me, I'm like, I don't know that I'm ready to fulfill like the requirements of the gifts, one. And then like valuing those gifts, I'm like, dang, will I even value the gifts when I get them? So I was like, and I don't want something I'm not ready for.
One thing Eric, he says a lot, he says, God qualifies who he calls.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if you're not ready for the thing that, you know what I'm saying, God has called you to, he's going to be the one working through you, because it's like, dang, I could have did that by myself. It had to be God kind of thing. And I was talking to my friend about that too. She got offered a job position of like an assistant CEO, and it's like a big pay rise, but she said she never done anything like that before. And it's like she was down herself. I was like, look, they obviously offered you this position because they see something in you that you don't see in yourself.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about it today in our men's Bible study group this morning. Like, and we talked about it last night too. Like, Satan is an accuser of the brethren. So like, Satan's gonna feed into your insecurities. He's gonna make you feel like you're not capable of things. He's gonna want you to doubt, and that's him attacking you. That's him accusing you, like, oh, you're not who God made you, kind of thing. So like, he wants you to doubt. He wants you to be insecure.
And then like, I'm like, dang, because I have a whole bunch of insecurities, but I feel like they're not noticeable, so people don't treat me as such. But it's still like I still deal with them. And I was talking to this one lady about it, and she was just like, she gave me like scriptures, of course. But she was like, identify what the insecurities are, because it's just like feelings sometimes. But for me, I know one thing is like, I'm very sensitive, and like I be taking things so personal. It's like, Carla, chill. But that's just how I feel. But it doesn't make it right. So I'm like, dang, how do I move about that? But we'll figure it out.
That's an interesting thing too, like navigating your feelings, like being like, okay, I don't want to invalidate my feelings, but at the same time, am I overreacting? Finding that balance is super important. You don't want to be in a place where you're not heard, but at the same time, you need people in your space that can say, hey, you might be overreacting. Hey, you need to check down, and then be like, yo, is what I'm really tweaking over really that important, kind of thing. Put things in perspective. So,
what are some of your insecurities?
My biggest insecurity used to be like my forehead and my weight, just like visually. But as you see, I got it out today. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play with him.
That's just something that I like. You gotta get over. Cause like I'll notice other people and they might have a big forehead. I'm like, dang, they have a big forehead, and then it's like it's not that deep though. So I gotta like look at it myself that way, kind of thing. But with my weight, I remember I was at this wrestling match, and some of my friends went to visit me while they were wrestling, and this girl was recording a Snapchat, and while she was recording, she left the audio on, and she said, hey, would you ever date John? To a girl I was low-key like crushing on.
Yeah.
And she said, no, he's too skinny.
Dang.
And I was like, dang, bro. Because I grew up like always feeling skinny, but that kind of just affirmed it. And so for a long time, I was just super uncomfortable like with the way that I looked and like my weight. You don't really hear guys talk about body dysmorphia or being too skinny, but that's definitely something that I went through. So like if you struggle with that as a guy, you're not alone. as of recently, like I started working out more so for health reasons and because I wanted to get stronger rather than I'm trying to impress other people with how I look. So that's been something that I have to work on too. And then also just like seeing potential in myself that other people see. Like I'll talk to them before, like when I'm making YouTube videos, it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, people actually rock with my videos. Like people my age like what I want. It's like a doubt thing. I don't know where it comes from because I think I make good content, but sometimes I'll just be like, maybe I don't. But a lot of people see a lot of potential in me that I don't necessarily see for myself, and I wonder if that's just like because I can't see it, or like if that comes from like the enemy too, kind of thing.
Oh yes, enemy. Because you make great content. I wouldn't lie to you.
I appreciate that,
and I wouldn't watch. Yeah. Another thing is like, you know how sometimes like you shouldn't focus so much on like the likes or the views and stuff, but sometimes that's affirming you know, to keep going.
Exactly.
Whether it's one, you know, not so much about the numbers, but the fact that there's any up there. So that's like, yeah, keep doing it. And then even like little stuff that you be talking about when you just be talking, then it's like, okay, somebody's gonna be impacted by that.
That's why y'all gotta tap in with Keeping Up with Carlisle. She gonna drop some nuggets on y'all too.
Me and my friends are. So, do you feel like if you don't like something about yourself, changing it, do you feel like it's wrong?
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of times when like I'll be talking to friends and I'll question the motive behind why they want to change. It's like, okay, you start working out. And like, okay, why are you working out? Like I said, I was working out because I wanted to look better for other people. That's wrong in itself, the motive of why I want to work out. In comparison to, oh, I'm working out because I want to be healthier, I have these goals, I want to be strong, you know what I'm saying? That's different. So it's like, what are you wanting to change? And then what is the why behind it? Is it for other people or is it for yourself? Is it going to better yourself or is it going to be detrimental to you? So...
I used to want to get lip injections because of the emojis on Instagram, and I like the way it made me look. But you know, then it's like that could really cause health problems, and I can get addicted. I know you can get addicted to, you know, lip injections, but now I'm not gonna get them, even though I still want them.
That's good. Yeah. Sometimes some people lip injections be going flat.
Yeah, and then, or it be moving around their face. So yeah, that's embarrassing. But, yeah.
They be looking way off.
Tavi, you need to come get these. You so urgent. Okay, give me another question. I don't know how we got that deep.
Someone asked me if I ever had problems with repetitive prayers.
What's repetitive? Which one about repetitive?
I think they're kind of saying the same things.
Okay.
I think that there's nothing wrong with repetitive prayers if that's all you know until you start building, like developing that practice and that habit. But repetitive prayers can be beneficial if you're trying to press in to like get something. You know what I'm saying? Like
trying to be consistent.
So consistent prayers, because there's a parable about the unjust judge. Go read it. But long story short, there's this judge that wasn't really acting right towards people. He wasn't being fair and just. And this lady, because she was so persistent with what she wanted to get justice for, he ended up giving it to her. And so it's kind of saying like God's the same way. So like a repetitive prayer can be beneficial in terms of like being consistent on what you're asking God for. I don't know if I necessarily ever struggle with that, just because I've been praying for so long. And it's just a conversation with God. He wants to know about your heart more than anything. So
I think I probably struggle with repetitive prayers, like with praying over my food, and also like repetitive and like before I go to sleep. If I'm ready to go to bed, it's like the same one. But I think, like you said, it's important to have it like more of a conversation, but that also comes with a relationship with him too, you know? So I think it's important to incorporate that and be intentional about it. Just talking to him, not always saying the same thing unless that's what you need. You gotta be consistent.
Let's close off with telling them a story time of how we met. You know I gotta do it every time.
Okay, tell them how we met, John. Tell them how we met.
Whoa. All right, so look.
Y'all hear that?
I met Carlisle last year over the summer.
Yeah.
And we got cool ever since then. But when we first met, we weren't on the best terms.
John, no. How did we meet? Because I don't remember how we meet.
We met at Life Group.
Okay, yeah, we did just meet at Life Group. Okay, it wasn't no dynamic story. See, we met at Life Group over summer.
Yeah, okay.
All right, y'all.
You gonna let me tell it?
Tell it, John. Tell your side and I'm gonna tell mine.
Okay.
Tell it.
Okay, so when we first met, I had a lot of character development to do. I'll admit. You know what I'm saying?
He's grown so much. Y'all don't understand. Okay.
Not too much.
No, it's in the best way.
Yeah, I know.
With all the love.
I appreciate it. So, if you know me, I like to instigate. I be like, you know what I'm saying,
Messy.
argumentative, messy, whatever you want to call it. I think it's hilarious though, but it's not for everybody. So I've been working on it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, me and Taylor, you know the girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She, me and her, we had a relationship before Carlisle, to where we were on that dynamic, and she understood that. But Carlisle, she just thought I was just like super sensitive, and I can be sensitive at times. So like she would always see me and Taylor going back and forth, and she'd be like, "Dang, John, what you on?" kind of thing. So then I really thought she didn't like me because we played this game called Paranoia. And the way it works is it's like you're all in a circle with this group of people. The person asks a question, a whisper in Carlisle's ear, you know what I'm saying? She says a name, okay? Names out loud, and then they flip a coin. So it's heads or tails. Heads, you gotta say what the question is. Tails, you don't say anything, it keeps going. So all I hear is my name. She goes, John. Flips the coin. Boom. She got to say what the question was. The question was, who has the worst vibe in the whole group? And I'm like, oh, dang. I probably am terrible if Carlisle is picking me. You know what I'm saying? She really don't like me. But that wasn't what it was. So I'll let Carlisle tell her story.
Okay, you gonna let me tell my story?
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
You know what I'm saying? Let your truth be told.
Yeah, so
speak your truth.
That was your truth?
Speak your truth.
That was your truth?
That's what happened.
Okay, that was your perspective. I apologize already for it, y'all.
I'm not
right
mad.
when I
We're
did
not
it.
mad. She just don't like when I say this.
I don't, because it's like, that's not even what happened. Like, but that's what happened, but it wasn't where I was coming from. Okay. So that day, we was downtown in downtown Nashville, and it was 4th of July, like, so, and it was late at night. John, he had said something, like, I can't even remember what he said, y'all, but he had said something that day, and it was just like, okay, that was the most negative thing. Then it was a big group of us. I didn't know everybody in the group. I had just met Jordan and Darren. And then there was other girls. I had no clue who they were. So I'm like, I'm not gonna say them. And I remember what John said, and I knew I was gonna be able to try and justify it. I didn't think everybody was gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about saying Jordan. Because like, nobody's gonna say that about Jordan. It's like, girl, you lying, you know? But I'm like, okay, it's okay.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome. So then, what's it called? So then she asked the question, and I'm like, oh man, well, I thought of what you said that day. I can't even think of it now. That's how much it wasn't that deep, you know? But, yeah, I said John. But I didn't mean like, you know, he just is like the worst person ever. And I didn't mean that I didn't like him. It was just like, John, you had said something that, don't do your eyes like that. You had said something that day. You had said something, and that's what I was going to go up when I was trying to explain myself. But then everybody was like, oh, da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. But then, you know. And now he tells a lot of people, not everybody, but you tell a lot of people that we had beef. And it wasn't that. But I will say for me, like, I was judgmental of you and Eric. So I'm like, oh my God, these dudes, and I still kind of judge out, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna just be honest.
I didn't have beef. It was one-sided beef, if anything.
Nah, I didn't even know he felt some type of way.
I didn't feel some type of way. I just like telling the story. I think it's funny.
Telling people that like I'm a bad
because we cool now.
person.
Okay, not too much.
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. But no, even when you and Eric, like, remember, it was one person that came to y'all house and y'all just going in on that person, but y'all like, y'all knew her, I didn't know her. And so I'm like, dang, like, why y'all talking to her? Like, and then you talking to Taylor, and I'm like, dang, John. So it was like a consistent, but I was always like saying my opinion about how they treated others. That's what happened consistently a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. How did that make you feel, me always saying my opinion?
It's funny.
It's funny?
If anything, bro, Carlisle is going to be able to finesse her way out of almost any situation.
I don't think... What makes you say that?
It's just like the way you like get there with responses or words, bro. Like, she has the most unique responses. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to give it to you. Like, we'll ask her opinion on something. We'll be like, dang, Carlisle, that's how you feel? And then she'll like figure some way to make it seem like it was completely normal. But even if it wasn't. But
well, give me an example.
I don't have an example off rip. We was just in line and you had said something crazy.
What I said?
No, he told bro, he said, all under the Lord, you're new to it. And you were like, shut up.
Oh, because, like, don't try me. Like, but I'm working on that. See, I didn't say what I could have said. Which, see, and this is another thing. Y'all be trying me. I be promising.
I really don't.
Yes, you do. Because recently,
I try everybody, to be fair.
Yeah, but the way I feel like the way you be trying me is a little different because we was just that life group, right? Why this boy? I mean, this young man. I'm sorry, this young man. Bless his heart. Why he gonna yell at me across the room like he's somebody's daddy? I'm not even gonna play.
Look.
And he kept yelling, y'all.
Look.
Let me tell my son.
Okay.
Because listen, so I'm in the middle of a conversation, and John is like, Carlisle, and like consistent. I'm like, you're yelling, like I'm mouthing to him because he can't hear me because the music is loud, right? So this is my story, okay? So look, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, you're yelling. I keep telling him that. Then he comes up to me, you guys. When he stop yelling, he comes up to me. Then y'all know how John loves to talk with his hands. So it's like, don't let him be passionate about something. Like, it's just like, whoa. Like, all right. And then I tell him, I'm like, you can sit down. Like, you can sit down. And I try to explain to him, like, I could talk to you like how I talk to regular people. Like how I feel like you talking to me. I can respond. And then he sat down. He's like, I don't want to sit down. I'm like, but you can sit down. And then he sat down. And then we talked about it. But the simple fact that this young man was yelling at me, I don't even remember what you're yelling about. No, I do remember now. But the thing about it is, he said he gonna tell everybody after, oh, we just had to have a serious conversation. I'm like, okay. But it was serious, huh?
I mean,
it made him feel some type of way.
It wasn't serious, y'all. It was me just affirming information that I had heard.
Yeah.
Okay? To start off, Carlisle said about my blog, you can't compete where you don't compare. Okay?
That's lit.
She said you can't compete where you don't compare. According to Carlisle, you know what I'm saying? That's a great thing to say.
I didn't say that.
Well, what did you say?
I didn't say it was a great thing to say, but what I did say was, if John would have been there, he would have laughed because of how I said it. And then
the way it was communicated to me wasn't how Carlisle said it, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing it.
Messy.
And no, I wasn't being messy. I wanted Eric. It was Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
It was Eric. I wanted to come confront the source, right? I wanted to be like, okay.
He went to confront me, all right. Yeah.
I think confront is the wrong word.
But you said it.
I went to go address the source. Now, it was that life group. The music was blaring. So I was like, hey, let me put some bass in my voice.
Yeah, doing too much.
Look, bro, I don't even like to yell for real. I might raise my voice. I don't like yelling, though.
The way he was yelling at me, he was like, you had fun. You enjoyed yourself. No, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to let you finish. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so I was like, Carlisle. She couldn't hear me. Carlisle. You know what I'm saying? She, what, John? I said, yo, did you say da-da-da-da-da-da? She talking about something. I can't hear you. Come closer. Why are you yelling at me? I said, okay. So then I walked over and I stood up. I'm like, yo, I just heard from Eric, you know what I'm saying? I guess I looked real aggressive. Yeah. Whatever.
And then, like, you don't act like you're not 6 foot and I'm sitting down.
And she was sitting down. But the reason I was standing, though, is because I had just got up out of my seat. And it really was just going to be a, yes, I said this, no, I didn't kind of conversation. I wasn't really trying to be there for a long time.
Yeah.
But then you're like, hey, I don't like how you talking to me right now. My fault. Yeah. I don't like how you standing up. Okay, cool. And we sat down and we talked about it.
But this is the thing, though. This is another thing I'm going to add to this. When we went to Atlanta, why this boy and his brother talking about, oh, you think I'm gonna beat women?
No, because, listen.
He said it, not me.
Listen, it was she was feeding into the stereotype of black men being angry and aggressive.
Okay, no.
And then you was doing all that with your hands. I didn't know what you was going to do. I said, did you feel like I was going to beat you? Because why would you say that?
And I laughed. I didn't say yes or no, but obviously, I knew he wasn't going to hit me. I want to add that the way you was talking was crazy.
It wasn't.
It was your tone, and it was you moving a lot, and I was like, yeah, because if it was
the music was loud though. But and then when you told me my tone was wrong, I had addressed. You know what I'm saying? I fixed it.
And then he started getting real like nice, nasty when he sat down. But that was just kind of funny, like, you know. But I'm so proud of myself. I am for how I handled it because I'm like, dang, like, wow. Because I could have communicated with you very differently.
Carlisle uses that as like she's proud of her growth moment, but I feel like it's a threat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't think it was a threat. See,
that sounds like a threat to me.
How, in what way?
I could have said something way different.
Okay, yeah.
That's like me saying, oh, I could have handled this completely different.
But I could have.
You could have.
I told you that when the situation happened.
It sounds like a threat to me though.
It wasn't a threat. it just like it was like I had to say it out loud. Like I'm about to get
does that sound like a threat?
Tavia,
we need a third
you
party.
have to.
Just say hi to the vlog at least.
Yeah, the least you can do is scoot your chair over here. Come on.
I don't need shit.
You have to say, and she was in every single scenario too. She was sitting next to me, I think, on the couch.
She was a third party.
Was in Atlanta with us. Come on, she has to be. Come on.
Who do you think is more right, Tavia? Just put her on the spot.
Who's right?
About what? It just means so much.
Well, you were there both times, but we talking about the situation where John was yelling at me. Yeah.
Okay, well, the music was loud, so I understand him screaming when he did shout loud.
And that was across the room, which is not how you address somebody.
But I understood it. Like, I caught on to what he was going for, but I also noted how you felt about it in the moment. So would it be really...
Was it giving, I'm gonna hit you?
No.
It wasn't...
Just have to be clear.
Don't look at me.
You gonna hit me?
I did not hit people.
I don't either.
Okay, come on, Tavia. Who was most right? Who was most right in this situation?
Okay, once John realized that he was shouting, he did apologize.
I
own up to my mistakes.
I didn't remember him apologizing. That went over.
She remember how I made her feel.
Yeah.
So that's all. Okay.
Okay, what else?
And then
just say
what happened after that? You know, I don't remember clearly.
What happened after was we just talked about it, but he was trying to be nice nasty when he was responding.
What did I say that was nice nasty?
It was like whenever, well, first when I talked to you about how you was moving, I don't want to sit down, but
I didn't want to sit down.
yeah, and I'm like,
I was gonna go right back to my seat after I had
Okay,
a yes
so
or no
yeah,
answer.
it was given sassy when John was responding to Carlisle about like him.
like he was gonna come up to me and tell me about myself and walk away. Like,
I
no.
wasn't. I was just trying to confirm if you said yes or no. That was it.
But you came over there with the intentions of like getting your stuff handled, but not even thinking about the other person. You were just like, oh no, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna figure out what's going on, and then I'm gonna go sit back down.
If you said something that you said, then I feel like you'll stand 10 toes behind that statement.
I did though, didn't I?
Exactly. So then that was all that had to be said.
No, to you. To me, it was like, no, what you coming at me like that for? I'm serious.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was like crazy, John. Crazy.
Is the statement that she made not crazy?
What statement?
You can't compete where you don't compare.
Oh.
She knew.
Listen, okay, this is the thing, but
I think the background of it kind of like plays a big factor in it
it
as well.
does, and that's why I said if you were there, you would have laughed. And for Eric to even, and that's why Eric need to be here, because for Eric to even like tell him that, I already know how Eric told it to you. He didn't
That's
give
why
you.
I was under the impression she said it to be nice nasty, as she said.
And it wasn't. That wasn't my intention. My intention was just to be funny. And then Eric was like, and then it was a group of us there too.
Okay.
So of course Eric would come and tell you.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, no. I was right.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheers.
It's not about being right; it's about being righteous. You know.
Yeah.
So now that we're here with all cards on the table,
that's crazy. Dang,
That is
so now I
crazy.
gotta see if I was righteous in this situation. Dang, I will. Let me think. No, I was a no. I can't see how.
are you choosing to disobey? Someone said that recently. Are you choosing to disobey? Someone said that recently.
I did. Yeah. So I don't think I was right in this situation. But okay, my I was led by my emotions and feelings. Even though I had self-control, I still had a lot of emotion behind the things I was saying.
Now look what the Holy Spirit can do.
I love you too.
John.
That's all.
I mean, I apologize for my tonality, you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't have any ill feelings towards after what she said.
Okay.
So I feel like I handled it as best I could, you know, as a believer.
Okay. You letting me know that? You letting her know that?
I feel like you have something to say.
No.
Okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I apologize for making you feel some type of way.
That's so sweet.
So
You didn't have to do that.
I didn't mean to. That wasn't my intention for real.
Thank you.
Reconciliation.
Reconciliation. That is funny.
Let's move on. What's the name, y'all? You got anything to tell the people?
I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's been a long time. We were supposed to do this a long time ago.
Like last week.
Yeah. Seems like forever.
They really do. Taylor, you got anything to say to the
I
people?
don't. Jesus loves you.
Indeed. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a safe one. I'll see y'all soon.